Hello.
Hi, Jasmine, how are you?
If my voice seems weird, it's because
What?
my nose is like stuffy and I didn't go to school today. I joined online, that's why.
Say again, just
So basically, I'm sick in a way, like because I was outside and it was cold and now my nose is like blocked. And now this is why my voice seems different.
hmm. Oh, okay. Actually, I don't see much difference in your voice. Maybe why is it still cold in Baku?
No, it's just I didn't wear a thick jacket and it was windy.
Hmm. I see.
That's why.
All right. Here in Cambodia, it is super hot. You know, if people we just see some cold place, everybody they want to go and stay in cold place because it's always hot. It's good. I like hot. And that's why I think people do not get sick much here because the temperature does not change much. It's always hot, and you cannot drink even your coffee, your drinks, or Coca-Cola or anything without ice. You know, you need to put a lot of ice into your bottle, and after that, just fill it with tea or coffee or whatever it is. Then drink it. Otherwise, you cannot drink it. It's warm and it's too hot. Anyway, in Baku, I think if you're doing something with ice, immediately you get sick. Right. So Jasmine, uh, so at least you can speak, right? And what is interesting about humans is, you know, whatever happens to us, our brain does not stop working, right? You know why is it so? I think because even if you take a medicine or anything, and it just actually affects our heart or everything, our blood system, but not our brain. Because our neck, I think, is a kind of filter system. It doesn't let any you how to say harmful things, whatever it is, actually pass through to our brain system. I think. Anyway, so that's a good thing actually. Sometimes even we are sick, especially if you're driving a car. That's really important, right? Actually, if your brain also says, "Okay, Mr. Carson, now I'm a bit tired. I need some rest." What will you do? We cannot do anything. So that's why brain never gets tired. Good. Jasmine, let's see other people join or not. If not, actually, we will have class with you today. Okay. And I want to listen to you and let me see how you think. So, and after that, we will finish the class. Now, let's try to solve at least 12 questions. And we have another paper here, 2015 S2. So far, I think we did 3 or 4 papers. Now you have some idea, right? General idea about this Sasmo type questions. And as you know, the questions are not so difficult, and also it is not so easy, but tricky. Sometimes, if you do not see that point or that one important step, then we cannot get the answer. Because in school, when you study math at school, usually the questions are standard questions. But here the questions are not standard questions. They are non-routine, or let's say non-standard questions. So that's why actually it's how to say, requires a little bit different thinking. Okay. So let's do maybe 3 questions together, and also Rifa join. Rifa, are you here?
Yes, yes.
How are you, Rifa, today? Are you okay?
I am awesome teacher. My grades from school are good.
You are what? Can you speak a bit louder?
We had exam last week in school at school, and
Okay.
my grades are good.
Good. Good or the best?
Only not the best, I won't lie, but they are really good.
Very good. So you are happy today then?
Yes,
Did you celebrate it?
No.
And maybe you are young. Usually, if something good happens, what should you do? Maybe go out and buy some food that you like, or eat something at the restaurant, or drink a nice coffee, right? And somehow you need to celebrate it. If you have some friends with friends or just alone. Okay, that's good. Congratulations, Rifa, on your good scores, good results. We have just started with Jasmine. You are Jasmine, and you are here. And we just started new paper. As you see in the screen, actually we have Sasmo 2015 S2. Okay, and let's also try to finish this S1 S2 from 2014 and 2015, maybe also 2016, and after that we will see. Okay, because we are running out of time and we are getting closer and closer to the Sasmo dates, and I think you're going to have this exam on April 20 or 21. Right. Okay. All right. Rifa, what are you doing now? Sitting on a chair or eating something?
Sitting on a chair.
So why is your camera off?
Okay. That's not a problem. By the way, I wrote Murat. He says that he's in a traffic jar. He
Who?
can't join right now.
Murat?
Murat. Yes, Murat.
As usual. Okay, I think he has another class or he's coming from school.
I don't know.
Okay. Good, Rifa. Keep your camera on. Okay. If you're not going to sleep, okay, keep your camera on. At least I want to see one person here.
Okay.
And because all the time speaking to the camera, all right, and black screen. Today Jasmine is not feeling well. That's why maybe her camera is off. Okay, Jasmine, are you okay?
Yes, I'm fine.
You need to drink some lemon tea, Jasmine. It's really actually makes you feel better.
Teacher, I already did.
You already did. Okay, if you already did, uh, okay now. So, okay, Rifa, in this question, let's do maybe three, four questions together. And after that, I will let you do, okay, give some time, then discuss. Because in math, if I just read the question, solve it, and read the question, solve it, you'll not learn much. Okay, at least if you give a try, and after that, if you discuss together, at least you will get something from this. Okay, Rifa, read the question.
The diagram shows a big rectangle that's made up of four small identical rectangles. If the smaller dimension of one small rectangle is 9 centimeters, find the area of the big rectangle.
Okay, and here it says that if the smaller dimension, right? What do we mean by this? If you draw any rectangle, we know that it has two dimensions because it's a two-dimensional figure. Why? Because it has length and width. So the length and the width, usually when we talk about rectangle, length is greater than or equal to width, right? When it is equal, if it is a square, because also square is a special rectangle, okay? Otherwise, length should be greater than width. Okay, here all of these rectangles are identical, exactly the same. And if the smaller dimension of one of the smaller rectangles is 9, what does it mean? It means that this width, right, the small rectangle, this one is 9, and also this one is 9, and also this one is 9. So that means that also this should be 9, and this side should be 27. And how about this part? Actually, that's equal to also the length. Also, it should be 27. What is the question? Find the area of the big rectangle. So the area of the big rectangle, length is 9 plus 27, which is 36, and width, that is 27, which is equal to 7 times 6, 2, and the only number that it ends with 2 is 972 cm squared. Even you can just multiply, it's just two-digit number multiplied by two-digit number. So the answer is B. Okay, Rifa.
But where did you get 27?
No, here, if you look at this side, right, they are identical, right? Is it
Yeah.
equal to this side?
Yeah.
So if it is 27, also it should be 27.
No, I understand it. But where, like, totally, where did you get 27? Like, why 27?
No, if you look at the opposite sides are equal, right? This one is 9, 9, 9. What is it?
Hello,
9 plus 9
mister.
plus 9
Sorry
is
for being
27.
late.
Oh yeah, okay, okay. Ah, I understood. Okay, okay.
Hi, Murat. Are you still in the car, Murat?
Yes, unfortunately.
Unfortunately or fortunately?
Unfortunately.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Good
Okay.
evening.
Yeah, good. Let's continue. Uh, Jasmine, read the question.
Find the next term of the following sequence: 3, 2, 5, 9, and 44.
Okay, Jasmine, it's a very easy question. Can you do this quickly?
Yes.
What do you think?
You do, for example, the first three numbers, you would do 3 times 2 and then minus 1 to get 5.
Yes, yeah, I want to say that also.
3 times 2 minus 1, it is 5. And 2 times 5 minus 1, it is 9, right? And 5 times 9 minus 1, it is 44. So the next number should be 9 times 44 minus 1, which is equal to 9 times 4, 36,
395.
that is 35. And 9 times 4 is 36. With 3, it is 39. So it is 395. Very good.
Yes.
And how about this question, Rifa? What do you think?
An operator acts on two degrees of 1 minute.
It's also a very
Oh,
easy
it's
question.
easy. Yeah, yeah. We just like first we write 3 multiplied by 3 right now. 2 multiplied by 2 right 4. Like
And
it will
just
be like
simply
25, 49.
this operation, right? This exit operation, we call this operation. What is it? It's doing this thing,
Yeah.
right? Square the first number, square the second number, and write them next to each other.
Basically,
Right?
answer is A. Like
Okay,
25,
5 squared, 3 squared. So from here, 5 squared, 7 squared, which is 2549. So that number 2549, the answer is A. Okay.
Yeah.
How about another question here? If the 5-digit number 4567N is divisible by 12, right? Find N. And what numbers are divisible by 12? We know that 12 is, what is it? It is 3 times 4. And 3 and 4, we call them relatively prime numbers because they have only one common factor, that is 1. So if these two numbers are relatively prime and this number is, the 5-digit number is divisible by 12, that means that it must be divisible by 3 and it must be divisible by 4. And what numbers are divisible by 3, Rifa?
Like if you sum all of them and if you divide it by 3, it's divisible.
Very good. So the sum of the digits must be divisible by 3. That is 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus n, which is equal to 9, 15, 22. 22 plus n, this should be divisible by 3. And how about 4? What numbers is divisible by 4 if the last digit, I mean the 2-digit number, which is formed by the last digit, is divisible by 4? That means that this 7n must be divisible by 4, right? And we know that this 7n, what is it? What number between 70 and 80 that's divisible by 4? We have only two numbers, right? Those numbers are 72 and 76. Other numbers between 70 and 80, they are not divisible by 4. So here, that means that either n equals 2 and n equals 6. If n equals 2 here, 22 plus 2, that's equal to 24. It's okay with us. And how about if it is 6? 22 plus 6, that is 28. 28 is not divisible by 3. So the only possible answer is n must be 2. At the time, that number is divisible by 12. What is it? The answer is D.
Yeah.
Okay. Next question. Ayan, are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
What happened to you? Tired today?
Yes, teacher.
Mentally tired, physically tired, spiritually tired, emotionally tired? How tired are you?
Oh my god.
All of the above.
Really? Also, we have one answer at the bottom, none of the above. So your answer is all of the above. Why all of the above?
Should I read this question?
Do you have power, enough energy to read this question?
Yes.
Okay, read it then, Ayan.
The diagram shows a square, a regular hexagon, and parts of a regular polygon. How many sides does the latter polygon have?
Okay, what do you think? How do you solve this question, Ayan? Just give me the idea.
I think we solve it with interior angles.
So it says regular polygon. That means that all interior angles are equal. And suppose that one interior angle is alpha. And also actually all angles are equal. How do you find alpha?
By adding 90 degrees and the interior angle of the regular polygon.
And what is one interior angle of a hexagon?
It's 120.
120. So since actually they form a round angle, so the alpha should be equal to 360 minus 90 minus 120, which is equal to alpha equals 150 degrees, right? 270 minus. So we know actually one angle of this regular polygon. And also you know that one angle, how do you find this? One angle of the regular polygon is equal to the sum of the interior angles and divided by the number of sides, which means that that's equal to 180 times n minus 2. That is the sum of the interior angles. And if I divide by n, because all angles are equal, we will get one angle. And also we know the value of alpha, that's equal to 150 degrees. So now if you solve this, 0, 0, they cancel each other, and remove the brackets. 18 times n, 18n minus 36. Take n to the right-hand side, it is 15n. Take 15n to the left-hand side, 18n minus 15n, that's equal to 3n. Take 36 to the right-hand side, and what is n? N is equal to 12. That means that the latter polygon is 12-sided polygon. Okay, Ayan.
Okay.
Good. Jasmine, are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
Jasmine, can you read it and explain to us? How do you solve this and what is the answer, correct answer for this question?
A palindromic number is a whole number that reads the same forward and backward. For example, 1,221 is a palindromic number. How many 6-digit palindromic numbers are there?
Okay,
We've done this with a 5-digit one before.
Yeah, actually, Jasmine, maybe in 5-digit, it was maybe S1, secondary 1. In primary 5, they asked 3-digit number. In S3, for example, they asked 8-digit number, but the idea is same, right? So what do you think? What is the answer here?
In the first and last digits, there would be 9.
9, because we cannot write 0. And the last one must be the same with the first one. So I have here only one choice. Whatever I write in the first place, I must write the same digit at the last place. Okay, the second one, it can be any number, 10. It must be the same with this, right? We're talking about 6 digits, right? Okay, I need to add 2 more. So we are talking about 6-digit number. And now again, here I can write anything. And also here they must be the same because these 2 digits are the same. These 2 digits are the same, and these 2 digits are the same. And using simple counting principle, we need to just multiply these numbers, right? So it is 9 times 10 times 10. That's equal to 900. So how many 6-digit palindromic numbers we have? We have 900 6-digit palindromic numbers. Actually, if it is 5, nothing changed, right? How about if it is 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 10, and here we have 9, Actually, it can be anything. Here it is 10. So here it's only 1. Also, it is 1. So how many? 10 times 9 times 10. That's equal to also 900. The same. I mean, the result is the same. What? Wait. I need to write here 9, and here we have 10. That is correct. Okay, let's move to the next question. Rifa, read the question.
Yes, okay. A farmer buys 36 meters of fence to build an enclosure to keep his livestock. He decided to erect a four-sided enclosure in such a way that it has the largest possible area. Find the area of enclosure.
Okay, what is this? We have a fence which is 36 meters wide. Suppose that that's our fence and some kind of fence. Maybe I can draw some beautiful fence. It's okay. So now what is the length here from A to B? The length is 36 meters. And using this fence, it says that he decides to erect a four-sided enclosure in such a way that it has the largest possible area. So four-sided enclosure means we are talking about rectangle, some kind of rectangle, okay? And let's say this one is B, this one is A. So from here, what is the perimeter? Actually, we use here 2 times A plus B. So that's equal to, what is the perimeter? Perimeter is 36. That's the total length of our fence. Now from here, I get A plus B is equal to 18, okay? So before I continue, let me just tell you, if it is a rectangle, when rectangle has the biggest area, if length is equal to width, okay? Because I can prove this now, all right, but just simply in a test, at least you don't have to go through this way, okay? Just simply when a rectangle has the biggest area, if length is equal to width. At that time, I can answer the question, when length is equal to width, that means that here A is equal to B, that's equal to 9, because 9 plus 9 is equal to 18. Then what will be the maximum area? That is 9 times 9, that's equal to 81. In other area, if you check this, for example, let's say, how about if, let's say A is equal to, what is it? Let's say it is 10. And the width is equal to, at the time, it should be 8. Why? Because A plus B should be 18. And what is the area here? 10 times 8, it is 80. And how about, for example, A equals 11 and B equals, it is 7. It is 77. As it's getting smaller and smaller. Okay, just you need to answer in this way. But now, if you just ask me, actually, how do you prove that? At the time, I need to prove this in this way. Here, from here, B is equal to 18 minus A. Okay, now what is the area? Area is equal to A times B. And A times, what is B? B is 18 minus A, which is equal to minus, I can write it as A squared minus 18A. I just put this minus out. Now I'll just make a trick here. This minus, it's a quadratic function, actually, quadratic equation. We have already studied, but we didn't study how to find the minimum or maximum value of a quadratic function. So here I can write it as 18 is 2 times 9 times A. I just add here plus 9 squared and minus 9 squared. And as you see here, the first three terms is a perfect square. So minus, I can write it as A minus 9 squared. And this minus, minus, so here we have 81. Or if I just rearrange them, how can I write this? I can write it as 81 minus A minus 9 squared. And you are subtracting something from 81. When this area has the biggest value, if this A minus 9, why we are subtracting this? When it is smallest, when is equal to 0. And when A minus 9 squared is the smallest, if A is equal to 9. And that's the proof, actually. Simply in a test, if you're talking about rectangular shape, well, it has the biggest area if length is equal to width. Okay, just keep it in mind in case, and directly you can solve the question using this thing. Let's continue. Read this question. Let's continue. Let's try to solve at least 15 questions today.
Number gives a remainder of 5 when divided by 10. And other numbers give a remainder of 4 when divided by 10. The sum of these two numbers is multiplied by 3 to the gives a third number, what is the remainder when this third number is divided by 10?
Remainder, right? Rifa, remainder, not reminder. What do you think, Rifa? Can you solve this in 10 seconds?
No.
What is the answer? Just look at this question again and do it.
Okay, numbering is. No, I don't know.
In this kind of
Maybe
question,
guys.
simple way, just take any number. A number gives a remainder of 5 when divided by 10. What is that number? Just take, for example, 15. If you divide by 10, the remainder is 5. Another number gives a remainder of 4 when divided by 4. For example, and that number is 14. And the sum of these two numbers, the sum of these numbers is 29. And multiplied by 3, that's equal to 87. And to give the third number, that's our third number. And what is the remainder when this third number is divided by 10? When divided by 10, I can write it as 8 times 10 plus 7. So remainder is 7. Okay?
Yes, okay.
Is it clear, Rifa? Very easy question.
Okay.
Hello, say something, Professor Rifa.
What can I say?
Were you
Okay.
talking to me, mister?
No, Rat, you are in the car. Why should I talk to you? Anyway, you cannot answer any question.
Okay, mister, thank you for
Enjoy your
understanding.
time, Rat. Enjoy your time. Enjoy your
Mister,
journey.
I'm not enjoying.
Why not?
Like, I'm in the car and I'm going to my next lesson. So, yeah.
Okay. And if you're not enjoying, Murad, try to enjoy. By not enjoy, you will not gain anything. And suppose that you are enjoying your time, you will see that a lot of things will be different. Okay, let's move to the next question. Rifa, read the question and Jasmine will answer this question.
Okay. A big cube is made up of 64 small cubes. All the faces of a big cube are painted. How many of the small cubes have exactly one painted face? Isn't the answer like... no, I can't think.
Rifa, if I ask you a question, we know that a cube, right? We are talking about a cube. It has 6 faces, right? On one face, how many squares are there on this cube? If I just take only one face of the cube, let's say this one. How many squares? Because we are talking about small cubes, right? How many of the small cubes? And also
Teacher,
actually we
I know
have,
the answer.
what is it?
I think I know.
What is it, Jasmine?
No, wait, no, it's never mind.
Is it 10 point something?
10 points? Do we have 10 point here?
Because just 64 divided by 6.
Why are I dividing by 6?
Because the big cube has 6 faces and it's made up of 64.
Teacher,
Okay.
is the answer 24?
No.
No?
Yes.
It is 24.
Yeah, Jasmine, yes, you are right. It's 24. Okay. Because here Ayan is saying that how many of the small cubes have exactly one painted face. Now, if you look at this, it's just one face of the cube, right? As I see here, this face and this one looking to the, for example, up, right? And these 4 faces are only actually one face is painted here. Because this one, it just moved down, right? 2 faces here. This one, 3 faces. This one, 2, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. Only in the middle, right? Actually, those cubes, they have only one painted faces. And since a cube has 6 faces, they are the same. On each face, we have 4 such cubes. So altogether, how many? 24. Okay, Aya Nagizade.
Yes, okay.
Good. Ayan, read the next question.
If both n and 108 over n cubed are positive integers, how many possible values of n are there?
Okay. What do you think, Ayan? How do you solve this question? With a similar question, but this is a little bit similar, but a little bit different, right? Because we have n cubed in the denominator. Just tell me the idea, Ayan. How would you solve this problem?
I don't know.
You don't know? Do you remember this question, Ayan? Did we solve this kind of question like 144 over n squared? And n is here, n is a natural number or a whole number, doesn't matter. For how many values of n, also this 144 over n squared is a whole number. If you remember how to solve this, I can solve it like this. 144 is a square number, so I can write it as 12 over n squared, right? So that means that for 144 over n squared to be a whole number, also this 12 over n must be a whole number. So the whole number squared is a whole number. Then what are the possible values of n? It must be a factor of 12. So those numbers are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. So how many different possible answers? We have 6. So similar way, but unfortunately 108, it's not a cube number or cubic, we say cube number or cubic number? Jasmine, what do you say? This cube number or cubic number? This 1, 8, 27, 4 square 64. Cube numbers, right? Or cubic numbers? I think they're cube numbers, square numbers, cube numbers. Anyway, doesn't matter. So here we know that this 108, I can write it as 4 times 27. And what is 27? 27 is 3 cubed. So now then 108 over n cubed equals, yes, Aya, what happened?
Mr. Chasm, you know about the exam, right?
You mean that's, what is the name of the exam? You mean Simak, what is it? Singa?
It was the Sasmo mock exam that we wrote.
Are you talking about Singa?
I don't know. I think that's what it is.
Yes. Did you get the results?
Yes.
What did you get?
Have you seen them?
No, how can I see, Ayan?
Okay, never mind.
Because only you can see, right? You need to access with your, you need to sign in, then you can see the result, right? Or is it public?
I'm not sure. Honestly, I'm
No,
very
you
confused
should have
about
login and password. It's not public.
because I thought that like the teachers they could see them.
Not teachers, Aya, maybe the organizers, okay? There in Baku, who is organizing this event? Let's say Mr. Adalat or their company, right? So they can see this. But here, I'm nothing to do with the organization part. I'm preparing you for the exam, Ayan. Okay, if I want to see, I can see that. Maybe let me talk because I don't talk to Mr. Adal for a long time. Let me see what is the results. So Aya, what did you get? Tell me, or just write it to me in the chat box. Let me see.
I'd rather not really.
No, just
It's
tell me. Let me see. It's I don't tell anybody.
okay,
Come on,
fine.
I'm waiting. Out of
100.
what? Are you sure?
That's what they told me.
No, I don't think so. This must be the
No, it's
number
40.
of correct answers.
It's
I
out
asked
of
them.
40.
I asked them, is it like out of 40 or is it out of like 100%? And they said out of 100.
Oh, I thought it's out of 40.
No, no, it's not possible. Yeah, Ayan, how is that possible? I think this should be out of how many questions were there? 40?
40. 40, yes. Not
40. It must be
14.
out of 40, Ayan.
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, it is out of 40. Because they actually show you how many questions you answered correctly, not the percentage. So it is not bad, Ayan. Because Ayan, you know, the question doing online, but doing on the paper is a bit different. I don't know, maybe in the paper, you will do much, much better, I think. Okay, good. So let's continue. So here, 27 is a cubic number. So I can just write it as 4 times 3 over n cubed, right?
Yes.
Then what are the possible values for n? So n is only 1 and 3. Otherwise, it will not be a whole number. So how many? Only 2. If it is 1, then it is 108. If it is 3, 27, so that's equal to 4. But if you just substitute any other number, it will not be a whole number. Okay. Jasmine, do you remember this question?
I think so. Not really.
Then why is Opera using?
Go tell her to stop. What do you think, Jasmine, Ayan? How do you solve this question? I mean, actually, the idea is simple. Before, if you remember, what was it? It was 10,000, if you remember. This 10,000, right? I can just write it as, what is it? That is 8, right? It is 8 times 1250. No, it is 16 times 625. The only way. Because here 8 times 1250, this one is a multiple of 10. That's not possible. But here 16 times 625, both numbers are not multiples of 10. At the time, the difference is 6 or 9. So in this way, also here, this 100,000, right? 100,000. If you divide it by 4, it is 25,000. And this 1,000, we know that actually I can just write this 8 times 125. If you divide it by 8, so here we have 25, 125, that's equal to how much? Is this 3,025? Right? So what is 3,000? 3,025 times 32. That's equal to, no, 3 times 125, I think. 25 is divided by, what is it? 8 is equals 3125. Okay. 3125. Okay. So here, actually, here we have, what is it? This one is 2 to the power of 325. And this one is 5 to the power of 4. So what is it? We call this prime factorization, right, of this number. So 100,000 is prime factorization is 2 to the power of 5 times 5 to the power of 4, right? And other factors, how do you obtain this? Either multiplying 2 by something, 5 by something, blah, blah, blah. The only way, when we just write this as a product of two numbers where none of these numbers are multiples of 10, it is only this one, right? Because other factors, every factor will be multiple of 10. So at that time, what is this? That one is 32. And how about this one? 3125. It says the difference. So 3125, the difference is 3125 minus 32. That's equal to 3093. So the difference is this. Okay, in this kind of question, you need to find the prime factorization of the number. Then you can see. And how is it possible to write this as a product of two numbers where none of the numbers are multiples of 10? Okay. Rifa, can you do this question? That's very easy question. Just only you need to know some, you need to have some idea about upper bound or lower bounds. Read it, Rifa, and tell us how to do this question.
Teacher, what's upper bound? I don't know what's it.
When we are rounding off the number, right? For example, here, let's say, okay. So we call this lower bound. This one is upper bound, okay? And here we have, what is it? Here we have 169. Is it 169? Yes, it is 169, okay? So if you just pick any number, okay, and round it off, it gives us 169. Let me just write 9 nicely. Okay. So if you move a little bit to the left, actually, if you round up, it doesn't give us 169. So that's why we call this number, whatever it is, let's say it's A. A is lower bound for 169. So what is lower bound for 169? It's not given here. Maybe it is, what is it? 168.5. Okay. But if you move a little bit to the left, right? 168.49, for example, if you round it off to the nearest centimeter, it will be 168. So that is a lower bound for 169. And how about the upper bound? Upper bound, let's say this B, that is 169.49, right? Because let's see here, if you just pick any number between 169 and 169.49 and round it off to the nearest centimeter, it gives us 169. But if you just move a little bit to the right, we have, what is it? 169.50 maybe, right? It does not give us 169. It will be already 170. So here, this number is upper bound for 169.
Mr. Kazan,
Yes, I am.
but why can't it be 169.5?
I am. Here, if it is 169.5, if you round this off correct to the nearest centimeter, what is it? It is 170.
Yes, but it's also like 169.49 because if you round everything from
No,
169 to this, it will
but
be,
if you round off this, what is it, Ayan? It is 169.
yes. So
So
it's
in the
like the
question, it's saying that
same.
when we round off the number correct to the nearest centimeter, it is 169, right? How can it be 169.5?
So it itself, it should also be rounded to 169.
When we round off his height correct to the nearest centimeter, it is 169. The question is, what are the possible actually values for his height? And among this one, which one is the biggest one? The biggest possible answer. That is 169.49. So if you say that, if you just make a little bit, here we have 169.50, right? But if you round off this, it is 170.
Okay.
Because all of these numbers, actually this one, it is 170. This one, it is 170. This one, it is 169. This one, 169. So this one, 169. So three of these numbers gives us 169. But among this one, which one is the biggest one? We call this upper bound. It is this. Okay. Ayan, read the question and tell us how to do this. That's a tricky question, but to understand this, it took maybe 2-3 days. I thought a lot about this question and finally I got the answer. First, can you read it and tell us how to do that?
A circle and a rhombus are drawn on a flat surface. What is the biggest number of regions that can be formed on the surface?
Did you ever solve this similar
Teacher, can you
question, Ayan?
No.
teacher, can you give like 1 or 2 minutes to solve this question? At least try.
You want to try? Okay, try this. 1.5 minutes. Okay, after that, let's discuss this.
Okay.
It's also a little bit tricky question, but if you can see that point, it's very easy question. 1.5 minutes.
I got 10.
10?
Yes.
That's good. And I just wonder if Rifa Ayan can get 10 or not.
We did something like this last
Yeah.
lesson, I think.
Yeah, maybe Ayan was absent on that day, I think.
No, I wasn't.
But do you
I was
remember now
there.
at the time, actually it was a quadrilateral, right?
Just like one more. Just a moment.
I have 8.
8, not 9, even.
Yes, 8.
How about the central part, the central region? You didn't count it?
Wait.
Teacher, I got 11.
11? Are you sure?
Yes.
How is that
I don't
possible,
know.
Rifa?
Like, can I show you? I don't know how to show you that.
No, just turn on your camera. Let me see.
Okay, just a second. I will draw it more carefully.
Okay, draw it more careful. Let's see what he gets. Okay. Sleep over.
Ah, no, 10, 10. Yes, 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 yes. It's 10, it's 10. Yeah. Okay. It is 10. I got it.
Okay, just give me a few seconds. And
It's not actually that hard. You just need to draw.
anyway. Okay, Ayan, actually, the tricky part here is, so that is a rhombus and a circle, right? The question here is, what is the biggest number of regions that can be formed on the surface? Okay, Ayan, if I ask you, okay, let me ask you this question. If you're allowed to draw only a circle, how many different regions you can make?
2.
2, right? Because
Yeah.
here, draw a circle. One is inside the circle, another region is outside the circle, right? So using this idea, we are talking about the surface, okay? That's our surface, actually. It's just poised to infinite, whatever it is. So actually, my first region is outside. The second one is here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay,
Okay.
good. Okay, guys, let's finish 14 and 15. And what is 15? All right. So find the smallest whole number n for which 540n is a multiple of 168. Again, how do we do that? Actually, this 540, I can write it as 2 times 270. I can write it as 2 times 135. And 2 times 135 is divisible by 5. Let's say this 5 times 27, I think, right? So I can write it as 2 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 5. And how about 168? It is 2 times 84. And the 2 times 2 times 2 times 21. Or that's equal to 2 times 2 times 2 times 3 times 7. So now it says that find the smallest whole number and for which this one is a multiple of this. So that means that when I divide this 540n by 168, it must be a whole number or natural number. So what is 540? It is 2 times 2 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 5. And here we have n over 168, 2 times 2 times 2 times 3 times 7. So these twos, they cancel each other. 1, 3 cancel each other, right? And the only way this 3, 3, 5, and 2, 7, they don't have any common factor. To be the smallest, why this n actually must be divisible by 2 and 7. Multiple of actually 2 and 7, 14. So the smallest one is, what is it? N is equal to 14. At the time, 168 will be a factor of 540 times 540n, or it's just a multiple of 168. So the answer here is 14.
Mr. Castle,
Yes, Jasmine. Yes, I am.
but why is it 14 just because 14 is the denominator?
Because ion is multiple. What does multiple mean? If I multiply this number by some natural number, I should get 540n, right? But here,
Yeah.
after simplifying this, if you look at the numerator, here we have 3 and 3 and 5. And denominator, we have 2 and 7, right? For this result to be some natural number, let's say k, this n must be divisible by 2 and it must be divisible by 7, right?
Yes.
So that means that what is n? That n should be equal to then 2 times 7, it is 14. 14 times some natural number a. And since we are looking for the smallest whole number, when it actually the smallest whole number for 7, but actually a is equal to 1, which means that n is equal to 14. And we have infinitely many, but among this, the smallest one possible value is n must be 14. If n is 14, for example, let's say it is 14, right? And also this 14, they cancel out with 2 and 7. So the result will be, what is it? 3 times 3 times 5, that's equal to 45.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I
Good.
get it now.
The last question, Ayan, did you study trigonometry?
No.
I did, teacher.
Okay. Jasmine, how about you?
No.
All right. Guys, if you didn't study yet, Jasmine, Ayan, okay, you don't have to know a lot, okay? And just we are going to have some, let's say, newborn baby, and we are going to give a name. You just accept it like this, okay? What is it? Now you have to know just two things to answer some basic questions in Sasmo at your level. So number one, Pythagorean theorem, we have already studied, right? If you're given any right angle triangle, if this side is A, this side is B, this side is C, right? If it is a right angle triangle, we know that A squared plus B squared is equal to C squared. One relationship, okay? How actual sides are related to each other. And second thing is, what you have to know here is, I'm going to give some special name for this. Number one, suppose that this side is A, okay? And this side is B. And this side is C, okay? So now I'm just going to give some definition. And if this one is some alpha, let's say this angle is beta, all right? And opposite side for alpha. Okay, actually, what is it? And let me just draw any right angle triangle. Okay, and I'm talking about this angle. We have two acute angles, right? Alpha or beta, that's it. So let's say this alpha. With respect to alpha, I'm going to give some special name to the sides. The side opposite alpha, we call this opposite sides. And side to the adjacent, I just call this adjacent sides. And the longest side, we call this hypotenuse. Okay, so I'm just going to give this definition. And what is this ratio? That opposite side over hypotenuse. Opposite side over hypotenuse. Actually, I'm just going to name this as sine of alpha. Okay, but if you wonder why is it so, because if you just keep this angle the same, if you just draw any big triangle, for example, or small triangle, this ratio does not change. Why? Because of similar triangles. So just I'm giving definition. In a right angle triangle, opposite side over hypotenuse is defined as sine of alpha. Okay, so using this definition now, from here, what is sine of alpha here from our triangle? Sine of alpha is opposite side, that is BC, and adjacent side, that is AB. And how about sine of beta? Sine of beta is opposite side is AC over hypotenuse, that is AB. Okay. All right, that's it. That information is enough to solve this question. If you have more questions at the time, we will actually use these things more. So now if you notice here we have 10. 10 squared is 100. And 6 squared is 36. And 8 squared is 64. Now 36 plus 64, that's equal to 100. What does it mean? It means that this 10, 6, and 8, they must be the size of a right angle triangle. Why? Because if a squared plus b squared is equal to c squared, then they are the size of a right angle triangle. Or if it's a right angle triangle, then this relationship a squared plus b squared is equal to c squared, it must be true. That's a theorem actually, but just take it as a fact. So now since it is so, if I draw my triangle here, then that's the last question after they will finish the class. And let's say this A and this one is B. So this side is 10 centimeters. And let's say it is C. What is BC? It is 6. What is AC?
Can
It
I
is,
solve this one?
huh?
I'm saying that can I solve this one?
Yes.
Like say the solution. So first you should find sine A. We write sine x is equal
Now,
to
what is sine of A from here? What is sine of A? It is
it will,
opposite
yeah, I'm
side.
saying that it's 6 over 10. It's 6 over 10. We,
Okay.
6 divided by 10
Sine
and
of B?
multiplied by sine of B will be like 8 over 10.
Opposite side over hypotenuse, 8 over 10.
Yes.
And that's it. If you just take actually the ratio sine of A over sine of B, they're asking very simple because you are grade 8, that's why. In grade 9, they ask more complicated problems about trigonometry. That's equal to 6 over 8, which is equal to 3 over 4. That's equal to 0.75. So the answer is 0.75. Okay, that much is enough. We will continue on Friday. We had 10 more questions. Other questions are a little bit harder, but if possible, especially this question 16, okay, you can screenshot and think about this. At least one question. If I just mean I am, okay, think about these questions. Other questions we can solve together. That is a little bit tricky question. Let's see if you can find any nice, beautiful, sweet solution for this question or not. And we have 10 more questions. They are, as you know, from 16 to 25. They are a little bit harder questions, and then no options are given here. So you need to solve and write your answer. Okay. Thank you very
Okay,
much.
teacher.
Jasmine, get well soon. Okay. Ayan, take good care of yourself and have a good rest. Rifa, also, see you on Friday. Okay, guys. Bye
See you.
bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye
Goodbye.
bye.
Bye.
Have a nice day.
Bye bye. Thank you.